The message glowed on my screen, a ghost from a decade past. I like you. The sender was Cameron Croft, my high school deskmate, the same boy who'd once dumped my homework in the trash, scrawled a turtle on my desk, and publicly branded me the ugly duckling in front of the entire class. A cold laugh escaped my lips. I typed back a reply, my fingers tapping out the words with icy precision. Is this a marriage proposal or an invitation to dinner? If it's dinner, sorry, I just had a farewell meal with my ex-husband. If it's marriage, I'd suggest you wait. I'm still waiting on the life insurance payout from my third. My name is Skylar Reed. I'm 28, and I'm a senior strategist at a top-tier consulting firm. I never wanted to attend the 10-year high school reunion, but my best friend, Jessica, had been relentless, so here I was, and of course, the one person I wanted to see least was sitting directly across from me. Cameron Croft. He wore a bespoke suit, his hair perfectly coiffed, a world away from the disheveled boy I remembered, but the playful glint in his eyes was the same, a spark that instantly rekindled a decade of unpleasant memories. Skylar, you're as beautiful as ever, he said, raising a glass of red wine, his gaze burning into me. I gave him a cool nod and went back to my phone. Did he really think 10 years and a cheap compliment could erase the scars? Do you remember back in high school? I remember. I cut him off, preempting his saccharine trip down memory lane. I remember you throwing my homework in the trash. I remember the turtle you drew on my desk, and I remember you calling me the ugly duckling in front of everyone. The atmosphere in the private room froze. That was just, we were kids, Cameron stammered, his composure finally cracking, and I arched an eyebrow. Have you had an epiphany? Are we doing the whole arrogant CEO falls for the girl he bullied trope now? I'm serious. I really like you, he said, suddenly standing up, a note of desperation in his voice. I've been following you all these years. I know you're single now. I am too. Why don't we stop? I held up a hand. First of all, I'm not single. What? Cameron froze. I'm a widow, I said with a serene smile, watching his expression morph from confusion to utter shock. That's impossible, he blurted out. Why is it impossible? I've been married 3 times, I said slowly, savoring each word. My first husband cheated, so I divorced him. My second died in an accident, and my third, well, the insurance company is still investigating the cause of death. The room fell silent. Every eye was on me, jaws practically on the floor. You're joking, right? Cameron's voice trembled. Believe what you want, I said, standing up and grabbing my purse. But if I were you, I'd find a nice, clean girl. After all, with a black widow like me, who knows what might happen to you? I let my gaze linger on him, leaving the threat hanging in the air. Seeing the color drain from his face gave me a sick thrill of satisfaction. This was the price for what you did. Well, everyone, I'll be going now, I announced gracefully. The insurance payout hasn't cleared yet, and I have a meeting with my lawyer. I walked out of the room into the deep night. Behind me, I could hear the whispers of my classmates and the distinct sound of a glass shattering. I didn't look back. 10 years, and the ugly memories still clung to me like a second skin. Sitting in my car, I closed my eyes, and the images flooded my mind. A sweltering afternoon in physics class, a drop of ice, cold water landing on the back of my neck. I turned to see Cameron, a smirk on his face, a water bottle in his hand. Oops, my hand slipped, he'd said with faux innocence. For the next week, his accidents continued daily. Sometimes it was water, sometimes juice, once it was ink. My school uniform collar was permanently stained, a hideous abstract painting of my humiliation. The worst was on my birthday. He'd taken a cheap, garish lipstick and covered my desk in crude lip prints while I was at lunch on my textbook. He'd written, to the ugliest girl in our class, happy birthday. The laughter, the pointing, the camera flashes. I had wanted the floor to swallow me whole, and now, the architect of my misery was telling me he liked me. I started the car, the hotel's neon lights blurring in the rearview mirror like the cold, indifferent eyes of my former classmates. My phone buzzed, a text from an unknown number. Skylar, that was all just an act, right? You can't be